We are back. What up? Uh just some final thoughts on UFC 293 and what I think that means for the division. Let's just jump right fucking into it. Why does Izzy deserve an immediate rematch? Can someone explain that to me? Because I'm having a hard time like grasping why Izzy needs an immediate rematch. Like I get he was a long running champion. I understand that. But he got his immediate rematch when Alex Pereira knocked his ass out. You know what I mean? Saw that already. And he got that immediate rematch because he was a long reigning champion, right? Company man, most active champion. You know what I mean? So we can't use that same reasoning twice. His second reign didn't even defend the title once. And again, I understand the Alex Pereira rematch. I don't understand how personal that was for Izzy. I understand that he was down 3-0 going into the rematch in MMA. And again, he did defend his title one, two, three, four, five times, bro. Like, I get that. But and again, you were winning that fight with Alex. You were winning the fight, heavy grappling, kind of wrestle fuck. It was a little boring, but I understood why you were doing it and what was happening. So I get that. And then he finishes you in the fifth. Okay, immediate rematch. I get that, all that. Excuse me. But what you can't, you can't use that same reasoning to then flip over to the next fight, right? Like, bud, you lost 4 of the 5 rounds. You lost. You got knocked down. You got dominated. You got beat from pillar to post. And while we're here, I'm just gonna that's a coincidence we're in the Connor shirt and I'm about to talk about. For anyone who wants to know a very rudimentary, basic version of why Conor McGregor lost to Floyd Mayweather. Now, hear me out. I said a remedial version of that. All right, so that's high level. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit, okay? But boxing and MMA boxing are not the same, and that's what you saw at UFC 293. Sean Strickland is a very traditional like boxer in terms of how he stands, how he holds his hands, and how he because just watch. And that's why it looks so odd to all of us MMA people. Because I watch boxing too, but I don't like watch enough of the to pick up on the techniques and whatnot. But if you see, that's the same thing. Like, Conor McGregor had a certain striking style because his MMA base versus Floyd Mayweather, who has only done traditional boxing. And that's what you saw. Izzy, I'm more getting into it. Izzy is a kickboxer, right? And so he's able to blend the mixed martial arts striking a little better or a little easier. The transition in styles was easier because you're already with the kicking and all that shit. But Sean Strickland just boxes. He just boxes. I think part of that is kind of what threw Izzy off at the beginning of the first round, is because I was saying all week that Izzy was going to fuck him up inside 2 rounds, just because of Sean Strickland's style. Head straight up, baby. Just does this and does that Philly shell, and then you actually watch it in action, and you're like, holy shit, it works. Like now, this is the big thing because like Max Holloway doesn't spar anymore ever, and neither did Robbie Lawler, and they were better, and that's what most fighters advocate now is less or no sparring. You know what I mean? You already know how to fight, all that shit. And then there's Sean Strickland, who's sparring 20 times a week minimum. That's wild, dude. And then you watch it, and it's, dude, Israel couldn't touch him, bro. So that's what I'm saying. Like, why does Israel deserve a rematch? Oh no, we're back on the McGregor. Yeah, so that's why. Just okay, the size are so much different. The angles are different. The gloves are smaller, and so MMA versus boxing, depending, like that's what I'm saying. Like the advantage is whichever sport it takes place at. So far, boxing's dominating MMA in boxing, but none of them would ever come into the cage. Jake Paul talks about it, but he does not. I don't feel like him and Nate are actually ever going to MMA fight. Anyway, so the striking styles are different. That's what you got to see. You got to see the most effective boxing approach ever be put on by Sean Strickland against Israel Adesanya. Because it was, dude, he was rolling with the shots, the Philly shell, baby. He was. There was even Oscar De La Hoya was doing a breakdown of Sean Strickland's boxing because I'm telling you, it's almost pure boxing. So, long story short, I don't believe Israel Adesanya deserves an immediate rematch. Bro, you're 4-3 in your last 3 fights. Yeah, last 7 fights. Yeah, they're all championship fights, but you lost. Like it is what it is. You lost. It sucks. I'm sorry, but you're 4-3. You've had a hell of a run. Take some time off, man. Like, bro, since he got into the UFC, I mean, he hasn't taken any more than like 6-7 months off at a time. Like even when he lost, yeah. So even when he lost to Izzy or lost to Alex Beretta, that was November 2022. He fought him again in April. Like, dude, take some time off. And I just like, I get all the if he does get the rematch, whatever, and I understand the justification of it, but the justification they're gonna use for the Sean Strickland rematch is gonna be the same shit they used for the Alex Pereira rematch, minus the 0-3 record that Izzy has against him. But man, like you lost 4 of the 5 rounds. Can I not say that enough, bro? Dog, you lost every round but 1. You know what I mean? You're 4-3. And it's not like, yeah, it was even close, bro. Look, these are the stats by UFCstats.com. Their fucking website, right? Sean Strickland, 137 significant strikes, or total strikes. Israel Adesanya, 94. Sean Strickland even had 14 seconds of control time. 85 headshots for Sean to 22. 45 body to 38 for Sean. Leg was 34 of 57. But again, they're just counting the checks and shit. They're also, but again, 7-11. But if you watch the fight, that's a deceiving stat. That stat alone is deceiving. Distance strikes, 121 to 94 for Sean. Clinch strikes, 11-0. Ground strikes, 5-0 for Sean. Dominated him, dude. Dominated him. Why do you get a rematch? Like, name me one other time a champion gets absolutely dominated and then gets an immediate rematch. Immediately and lost, I should say. Anderson Silva did get fucked up by Chael Sonnen the first time, but again, won the fight. When you say this stupid shit, and I'm not talking about Sean, when you say this stupid shit that you're gonna paint your fucking nails special, so when you knock this guy out, you can show him, right? You say that shit, and that same guy who said, no man who beats off the cartoons will ever beat me, puts you on your fucking face in the first round in an environment that you created for him. You made that entire circumstances around that. Israel fucking made. And he cracks you like that. And from that moment on, I think Izzy knew. I think he came back in the second round and he won that round. But I think even then, like when he looked across in that third round, I think that's when that happened. And he saw when he was breathing hard, he's cut up, and then Sean is standing there fresh as a fucking daisy boy. You know what I mean? And because the look on his face from the third round on was just defeat. It was like Dustin Poirier going into that third round against Charles Oliveira. When the second round he was smiling, third round he just looked like he'd been in a fucking fight. And so that's I don't know, man. I think Sean should fight the The thing with Sean is like when he says that you don't get to choose, you do. Sean doesn't get to choose because of the shit he says and because he's not a superstar. Like Sugar Sean gets to pick who he's gonna fight next because Sugar Sean just launched into the fucking stratosphere, dog. All right, and like Sugar Sean is a superstar. Sean's not there, so Sean will have to fight who they want, and I believe it will be the winner of Khamzat Costa, Paulo Costa. So, and then Izzy can go fight DDP, bruh. Go fight Dricus Duplessis, buddy. That's the fight you wanted. That's the fight that's personal for you. And I think I think it's a better fight now that's not for the title. Because now Izzy has extra. You know what I mean? He doesn't like him now or before, but now he's got that extra motivation because this fight, if you fight Dricus Duplessis, is the road back to your title. And I don't care who it is. If it's Khamzat, Costa, or Sean Strickland, it doesn't matter to me because I just want to see a motivated Izzy. You know what I mean? Where's that monster that was finishing people on his way up, bro? Where's that guy? All right, because we saw him in the Pereira rematch, the 287, but Sean took it from him. Sean might have taken it from him. I don't know, but dude, you don't get a rematch, dog. You already got your rematch. All right, and you won it. Congrats, but you got fucked. You got beat from pillar to post, baby. Nah, Sean's gonna fight the winner of Paulo Costa Khamzat by the beginning of next year. No, I don't. Izzy said he wanted to fight in December for this fight. I don't know if he wants to fight in December now, but if Dricus Duplessis is ready, I think they could throw that on that November card. Either oh no, it's December. Yeah, you can throw on that December the 295 card and just as a co-main, and that shit was woo. That should be fun. But yeah, I can't see Izzy getting. I can't see the justification for giving Izzy a rematch other than the justification we already used to get him the Pereira rematch. So that's all. Just some thoughts on the future of the middleweight division. Don't forget to like and subscribe on. We're just gonna keep this one on YouTube. No Filter Sports. So like and subscribe to No Filter MMA. All right, and don't forget UFC Noche is this weekend, baby. All right, Alexa Grasso gonna solidify herself as the number one pound for pound women's fighter in the world. Uh, our No Filler Sports men's and women's rankings will be coming out next week after uh, UFC Noche because that directly impacts the 1 and 2 spots. Okay. I will see everybody later. Peace.